Hi friends, have you ever made your own homemade butter? Well, I have 2 ways to show you. It's quick, easy, delicious, and economical. Come into my kitchen. Let me show you how to make butter at home. Bring 1 quart of heavy whipping cream to room temperature by allowing it to stand on the counter for about an hour. Then take the cream and pour it into a standing mixer. You can also use a food processor or even a hand mixer, but I'll be using a standing mixer today. And then just select your attachment. And then you'll mix it at medium speed for about 4 minutes. As soon as you hear it splashing, you'll know that the liquid has separated from the solids, and you can turn it off. And that's it. 4 minutes later, you have butter. Pretty cool. And now you'll take the buttermilk solid over to the sink and you'll gently rinse it under cold water for about a minute. The goal here is to get as much of the buttermilk out of the solids as possible. The liquid should run clear at the end of the process. This rinsing step will help the butter last longer in the fridge. Here's the next step. You'll take a very small amount of salt. Just a few grains at a time. And gently knead it into the butter. Salt, of course, is going to help boost the flavor, but it's also a preservative. It's really easy to overdo the salt, just a little bit at a time. Let's weigh the amount. Looks like right under 13 ounces. Not bad. Check out this cute butter mold I found on eBay. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the butter and push it into the mold, and then I'll just place it in the freezer because I think it'll look pretty on a brunch table. You can find all sorts of interesting tools like this on eBay. It's pretty fun. Just want to make sure that I squeeze down very well. Just want to squeeze it thoroughly so that there are no air pockets. And then I'll just place it in the freezer. That's it. The remaining liquid is buttermilk and can be used for all sorts of things like pancakes, waffles. I like to use it for chicken marinade, even salad dressing. The yield should be right at 2 cups. If you don't have a standing mixer or a food processor or even a hand mixer, you could always use one of these. This is a hand butter churn. You'll just work a little harder. Take 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And seal. And start cranking. Need to use the other hand. You'll be at this for a few minutes. And then all of a sudden it'll get hard to turn, and you know that the solids have separated from the liquid. And I think we have it. Let's take a look. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. This is a fun little butter churn, and I think kids would like it too. If you want to take a closer look at this product, click the link in the description box below. And just a tiny amount of salt. And mix it through. You can always find a friend and roll the jar back and forth until the butter forms. I think this trick needs a little work. And that's it. 2 ways to make homemade butter. Here's a couple of tips for success. Make sure that you use heavy whipping cream. That's going to help ensure a better yield, and so you should be able to get more butter, and of course you'll get about 2 cups of buttermilk. It's really pretty economical for just a quart of whipping cream. Here's a couple of other tips. If you're using the hand mixer, make sure that you only put in just a small amount, because I think it will help you churn far more quickly. I just churned for about 2 minutes on this, and I've churned for almost 15 before, and I think that's partly because I filled it too full. So just about a cup, and you should be able to make butter pretty quickly. Make sure that all of the cream is at room temperature. Just leave it out for an hour, and then go ahead and begin to churn. It makes the churning process just that much faster. I think that once you make your own homemade butter, you may never purchase it again. My family loves mine so much they won't let me purchase butter anymore. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate your support. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next episode.